We're going to check in right now with 13 ABC's Christina Williams. She is live south of me here in Wood County with more of the damage in Perrysburg Township. Tina?
Well, Jeff, overnight we talked about the big challenge being the fact that it was dark outside. The challenge now, the wind. It is starting to get very cold and windy, and if you look behind me, we've been on Roachton all morning long. The Edison crews are here as we speak, dealing with a major situation. These are the main power lines supplying a large portion of Perrysburg Township. As you can see, a majority of them are actually in this farm field right now, and that's causing some major issues. Some of these poles are snapped in half, others completely uprooted and thrown multiple feet into this field, and that means no power for this entire area. We are talking thousands of customers. Take a look at some video. In addition to that, there are plenty of people, as you mentioned, who are trying to pick up the pieces. We actually had to walk down Roachton because you cannot drive down now, and we're able to see one home that was hit by that storm. A portion of their barn was blown off, and their windows in the back of this home were completely blown out. Right now there are crews there trying to at least get the home boarded up so that these people can return to some sense of normalcy at some point and can return to their home. We talked to a family member who has people on this section of Roachton that says it's very hard to see.
Wow, that was devastating, really. I mean, it's the brother-in-law, mother-in-law, cousin, or nephew, and sister-in-law, brother-in-law right through there. And I grew up here. I've been here 55 years. You know all these people, you know, and it gets you a little bit.
So as we mentioned, right now the wind is picking up. You can see that in our live shot here. Those Edison crews are at work, but the big question is, when will I have my power restored? People keep asking us this question. Right now, we simply don't know. We talked to some residents who live on this street who talked with Edison, and they're told that it could be multiple days before power is fully restored. In Perrysburg Township, Christina Williams, 13 ABC Action News.
It's going to be a tough night tonight for a lot of people as the temperature continues to fall. Thousands of people are still without power. In Wood County, roadways are closed as repairs begin. And 13 ABC's Christina Williams takes us to an especially hard-hit area on Roachton Road where it could be days before the power's back on.
Generators are humming in Perrysburg Township. Residents lost power 24 hours ago, and it could be days before they have electricity again.
I was on the back porch, just a lot of wind and rain.
The winds ripped through Wood County, knocking down power lines on 199 and snapping dozens of utility poles in half on Roachton Road. This home took a direct
Her nephew and sister-in-law, brother-in-law right through there. And I grew up here. I've been here 55 years. You know all these people, you know, and it gets you a little bit.
Gary Bush lives down the street. He was taking care of his elderly parents last night when the storm hit. They avoided any major damage, but with utility work expected to take days, keeping warm is the next big challenge.
What are we going to do? I'll have a couple $100 worth of fuel burnt. I'll be up to $120 now on this run, you know, to keep things going.
If it takes more than 2 days, we may have a problem with freezer meat.
In Perrysburg Township, Christina Williams, 13 ABC Action News.
Crews still working to restore power to hundreds of residents in Lenawee County. There are about 1,600 customers without power tonight. Could be the weekend, believe it or not, before power is fully restored there. 13 ABC's Christina Williams was in one township where phone and internet service also down.
We all get used to having that electricity, and we depend on it. And you don't know how much you need it until it ain't here.
Earl McMunn lost power at his Ogden Township home on operations center is using a generator to transmit service, but they recently moved to fiber, requiring every home have power in order to be online.
In order for our customers to have service, they need to have commercial power at their homes. And if they don't, there's a battery backup unit, but it only lasts 4 to 6 hours. After that, they're dead in the water.
It could be that way for days. Lenawee County's Emergency Management Coordinator, Curtis Parsons, says Consumers Energy is working overtime to fix the problem.
Additional crews have been brought in from out of state, which are now on site. They will begin hitting the streets today.
A lot of people have cell phones now, and a lot of people out here have generators because we're used to this sort of thing. We're the end of the line, so they're used to being able to, take care of themselves, but it's a little more involved.
With thousands still in need, residents like McMunn are taking the power hit in stride. He just might have to wait a few days for the next home-cooked meal or phone call.
Hey, we'll get by. People used to get along without it.
In Lenawee County, Christina Williams, 13 ABC.